Bridge over troubled water, I'm gonna lay me down. And this is about the fascinating coincidences between the beautiful bridges of Budapest and the history of our beautiful profession. And I live in that yellow building there. In 1845, Henry Higgins Sweet was born, our first politician. Es grün so grün, wenn Spaniens blühen, and Pygmalion was put on in the Burgtheater Vienna for the first time in 1913 in German. And at the same time, the Scot, not the Englishman, Adam Clark, was working on the Lancet. And this is, if any of you have been to Budapest, this is the oldest bridge from 1848. And here is the Lancet. This is in the Hungarian passport, and you can see all the different languages here. Európai Unió, Magyar Köztársaság, Magyarska Republika, Republika de Ungaria, Republika de Hungaria, Republika Hungaria. And in 1878, the Margit Bridge was built, and at the same time that Maximilian Berlitz opened the first Berlitz school in the world in New York. And that's when people began committing suicide over the Margit Bridge. And Berlitz spread all over the world. It spread like a virus. It spread to Berlin, it spread to Constantinople, where I was last weekend. And have a look at all the videos I've put up on YouTube of all of the great sessions at the ISTEC conference last weekend. I'll give you the link later on. And in 1898, Szabadsághíd, Freedom Bridge, previously known as Ferenc József Bridge, was at the same time that François Gouin in France discovered you can't learn a language by learning its rules, like you can't learn to drive by reading the highway code. In 1937, when Petőfi was built, formerly known as Horthy Miklós Bridge, it was exactly the same time as A.S. Hornby was developing the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary when he was working in Japan. And when he died, he left half of his estate to teachers. During the war, there was only a pontoon bridge in Budapest, observed by my grandfather, who visited it on a parliamentary delegation in 1946. Spanning the Danube from Budapest is a bridge of boats built by the Russian armies. In 1950, Stalin Bridge, now known as Árpád-híd, was built, and it was the same time as the rise of audiolingualism. B.F. Skinner, so much to answer for. Teachers of the world unite, we have nothing to lose but our behavioristic beasts. And in 1958 it was renamed. The Erzsébet-híd, which was rebuilt in 1964, coincided with Del Hymes' work on language and culture and society. You can see the white beard, how it matches the white of the Erzsébet Bridge very, very nicely. Now, in 1995, the Lágymányosi híd was built, and this was the same time as Ronald Carter and Mike McCarthy were working on the Cambridge International Corpus. A lot of our profession has been informed by corpus linguistics. Lots of great work done by these people. I really recommend that book. And even Jim Scrivener saw the newest Budapest bridge, the Megyeri híd, in 2008 to be the key to the sales of the latest edition of his book. Jim's, the new edition of this is going to come out in the next few weeks' time. I think they're introducing it at IATEFL next week. And Jim says, has ELT settled down into a calm, measured maturity? Have the years of exciting creativity and risk passed by? Should we now obediently open our expert-written course books and tick off a few more can-do statements? Well, which bridge was the most influential? You can see all the bridges here: Margit Bridge, the Lancet, the Szabadsághíd, the Lágymányosi híd, Petőfi híd, Erzsébet híd, Árpád híd, Megyeri híd. Which one was the most influential? Well, the Baby Chain Bridge. And this was actually built in 1932 by the same architect that built the Lancid in Budapest. And if you're ever at Heathrow Airport, just down the road there's a place called Marlow, which is bridged with Budapest, and you can go and see the small version of the chain bridge. Who were my influences? Well, Pestalozzi and Ironbridge, the first iron bridge in the world, just down the road from Wolverhampton where I live. Don't throw out the bridges with the bathwater. Don't divide ELT from general pedagogy. And understanding and knowing where we've come from helps us to work out better where we're going to. And some of my favourite bridges in your part of the world. This was built in 1980, opened just 2 months after the death of Joseph Broz Tito, and was actually called Tito Bridge, Tito Most, yeah, at that time. The other bridge that I really like was built in 1557 in the 16th century. And in the 16th century was the same time as Jan Amos Komensky was working on his theories of education, and somebody who has influenced our teaching profession enormously. So, enjoy your bridges. They're like languages, connecting people and places, just like HUPE. Thank you very much, Clara.